Good morning, gang. Hope you all are doing well. Just sitting here painting on my Snek Boi. Let me know if you can hear me all right. I don't know how the audio is doing. Let me check. Yes. I think we're okay. So it's just looking at this feller and the I'm noticing that the arms do not bring me joy. They just don't. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna merge down everything I've painted on this neck so far. I don't want to merge the clothing just yet. So yeah, when I'm gonna do a big edit like this, but I'm not sure about it yet, what I'll do is I'll mask off that edit and make a copy of the layer so that I basically have a backup. And then I can inverse that edit. So now this one is just showing the arms and this one's just showing the legs. You can see I accidentally cut off some of the There we go. Okay, so now when I turn it off, there we go. Good, good. Wonderful. Lazy. The bottom bit looks like your ex. Well, I don't know about that. That's terrible. I don't know if the arms needed to be larger. It wasn't really working. Maybe they need to be more, maybe they need length to kind of go with this spindly body. Oh, I'm gonna run into a problem right there. Yeah, part of the armor is definitely not gonna line up, but just give it a little bit more, I don't know, creatureiness. I've been pretty good. Can't complain. How about yourself? Did you have a good holiday? Big New Year's plans? Yeah, it's been pretty busy in Casa del Izzy. That was a pretty big response on Instagram to the last painting we did in here, the succubus, the undead vampire chick. That was pretty cool. I think my takeaway is that people just like you to see, they like to see me paint ladies and monsters. But monster ladies are the best. So maybe I should just do monster ladies from now on. so hard to know what people will like. I am terrible, terrible, terrible at that. Monster ladies with the titties. Yeah. Always a win. Everybody had a good Christmas. A little relaxation time. Kind of really overextending these biceps. I don't know, when in doubt, cover it with armor. That's a good way to go. Let's move our armor. And this one seems positively insufficient at this point. I think I'm gonna just hide my crimes fully here. And what I'm gonna, it's gonna serve two purposes, adding in this pauldron. It's going to give me a really strong darks because the shadow side of the pauldron will be against the light of his chest. But also it will cover up my horrible arm. And I just don't feel like dealing with it. I just want to get this one over with. And get back to painting monster ladies, because that's the jam right there. Let's make sure I wasn't painting on the arm layer itself. This kind of inspires me to kind of give him a little bit of tail armor instead. Some nice hung plating kind of deal. Oh, we gotta bring back that axe. He got a big axe. It's nice to see character painting again. You've been working on perspective and 3D for so long. I feel you. I definitely get. Sometimes I get in. What usually happens with me is the inverse, where I've been painting characters and creatures for so long that it's just like a landscape is like a sweet break. Landscapes are so forgiving. And I know they're not, but that's the perspective that I have of it. Perspective. As a figure guy, because with figures, you know, when I'm coming to figures, I always think about how everything has to make sense. You know, the anatomy has to work. People will shit on it pretty hard, and it feels like environments. You just make some shapes, and it's all good. But that's totally not the case. Like, really good environment artists absolutely need to put the right shapes in the right spots, just like we do. So, it don't work. Let me turn this off. I let something slip there. Oh, I see why. That background wasn't visible with Snek Boi. I need to go back real quick. And just kind of bring the ground and the tree back together, the tree line. Doesn't have to be super perfect. I just need it to feel like I'm these breaks and these shapes are on purpose. It can be very easy to kind of oopsie yourself too hard. I've been looking at Elijah McNeil. We have some insane perspective drawings. Nice. I do not know who that is, but I'm sure they are amazing. I'm really bad at artist names. Even when I was in school, I could never do the name dropping stuff. It's even worse, you know, working in entertainment industry, because, you know, producers, folks that kind of make big decisions, they're the ones that know the names of everybody. They remember the names of, you know, executive producer on this project and that year. It's like baseball cards, and I am super poops at that. So I'm like, oh yeah, no, totally that guy. I mean, I remember movies, but I don't remember the people involved. Oh, Madusk, welcome. Glad you could join today. How was your holiday? Little micro compositions. Just another day off. Yeah, same, pretty much. It's been nice. It's been good taking a break, playing a little bit more Cyberpunk, talking to friends, catching up. It's been good. No complaints. Alright, let's get back to our armor. I'm going to actually just clip the next layer up to it and grab this is good because the way I've aligned the sun, all of the light side of this armor I can really blow out. I don't need to worry too much about ultra rendering the speculars. It'll just be blowout of the entire material and then tight speculars, and that's it. And it should be okay. You like how I texture the characters? You're okay with environments that mean to try to put texture on characters that falls apart? Is it because you're trying to render the characters? Hold on one sec. Nope. Yep. Okay. Because you're trying to render your characters textures flat, like you're using just textures painted over, or are you trying to actually paint the texture itself? You've saved up some money to finally buy some of the Gumroads, and the rest you're hoping to take notes. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, watch the Gumroads, and if you have any questions, certainly bring them up. I'll try and explain things here on the Twitch. Sharp brush for this. Yeah. Most of whatever you draw looks too smooth. Yeah. That's material rendering. Check out the material rendering episodes. I would get I would really get the first like maybe 15 episodes or so in order and watch them in order, because especially the earliest ones really build on top of themselves. But yeah, I totally get what I find for a lot of folks trying to learn, and especially if they're teaching themselves, is that the materials issue isn't even just that it's just smooth, it's that all of the materials look the same. So whether it's skin or leather or wood, everything kind of will have a plasticky feel. And that's on account of not being able to control the recipe for your materials just yet. But and a lot of the control will come from learning the operant elements that make the recipe work. And once you get that, I mean, it's pretty. I think it's pretty straightforward. You'll get it in no time. It's probably too dark for this, but yeah, it's too dark. Dan Rob, welcome. Howdy, howdy. Happy holidays. Okay, let's get a sharper brush for this. Not bad. Very quiet, low key. Had a little dance party at my hut. It was fun. And then had dinner, real quiet dinner with friends. Watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang for the first time. I thought I'd seen it before, but I guess I didn't. It was pretty good. It was very fun, but also super weird. Like, I had a really hard time following it. It felt like it wanted to be Get Shorty and like Reservoir Dogs. Like it felt like Shane Black was after a specific kind of storytelling style, and then just mixed in a bunch of other stuff like the noir, the mystery, and information got revealed like late. It was weird, but I think that that was all purposeful. It was like a style choice, so I'm going with it. And overall, I mean, the writing was really sharp and fun. So I was I went along for the ride. I enjoyed it. Yeah, the dialogue is dynamite, and it's really well acted. Everybody in it's just so fun, and it looks like they had a lot of fun filming it too. Knock that reflection back just a touch, touchy touch. You watched the new Disney Pixar movie Soul. It was good. That's the one about jazz, right? Definitely over the plate. How did I miss that one? That's weird. A lot of it was about following your passion. Nice. I'll have to check it out. I did rewatch. I've done a lot of rewatching this last month of animated stuff. Like I rewatched Avatar, The Last Airbender. Loved it. Still love it. It's so fucking good. I'm watching Korra right now. I actually was just watching it this morning. And then I went back and I watched also the Love, Death, and Robots. Is that what it is? Love, Death, and Robots anthology on Netflix. Also, dynamite. 'No, we are not talking about the last Airbender movie. I have never seen it. I will never watch it. Everything that I saw about that just hurt my soul. 2020 strikes again. You need that wheel of art direction, you monster. All right, let's see what the wheel says. Well, you didn't get to dig it for very long. Ermagerd is 2020 embodied. All right, so for those of you that don't know, the wheel of art direction, which Ermagerd just purchased with Zed bolts. Oh, if anybody can take it, come on now. This is the sort of monkey wrench in the works of having an art director lean in and say, yeah, but could you do this? So most of the things that you'll see on the wheel are things that have actually been given to me as notes And some of them are from the, I think it's called the Pocket Art Director, which is a little set of dice that have the same things. It's just kind of a goofy novelty object. But I got some of them from there. I always got to give them a little bit of credit. So we will roll the wheel, spin the dice. We're going to spin the dice, everybody. Yay. Ba-chow. Let's see what horrors you've wrought. It feels cramped. Son of a bitch. Kova! See, Kova's upset. You upset my dog. All right? You did that. All right. I have to make sure to go back. We've got a feels too cramped note. Let's go back to... Wachow! Nice. All right. It doesn't feel too cramped, but let's pretend it does. Because it's pretty wide open. What we can do is look at it elementally, so the different pieces, and see if we can find some parts that are cramped. So I did want this to be down shot looking up at our figure, and I've kind of lost that with the rocks and the part where the figure is. So let me first merge these back together. I will commit to these new arms. I did it. I did it. I told you I was going to do it, and I did it. Okay. Now I will make another copy. So you can see the evolution of our guy. Started there, now he's here. And now, I think, since the rock is part of this, the rocks are part of this. Let's see what we can do with the rock, and maybe we can open it up. One of the ways you can really make something feel less cramped is by changing the size of stuff. So let's try that first and see what that does. I'm gonna have to change the cast shadows on the rock, because the cast shadows are baked to the rock itself. You can invoke 2020 without embodying it. I choose to make you embody it. How about that? Fight me. My pastoral expanse is far too crowded. Too much crap. More atmosphere, smaller background building. Yeah, that's a good way to approach it. But there's lots of ways to make things look cramped or less cramped. In this way, we're going to take it literally in regard to the the entirety of the canvas itself, rather than the individual elements. And it's a pretty good way. If your art director is unable to communicate, they're just like, I don't know why, it just feels cramped. So you can try a variety of things. But usually what I'll do when I'm responding to a critique or to notes from my art director is I'll work from the biggest, easiest solutions down to the hardest ones, and see if I can get it with doing the least amount of changes and big work, if I feel good about the piece. So I like the painting so far. Maybe we just kind of shrink the guy. Maybe we can make our rock a little bit smaller too. Kind of spread him out, put space between him and the other objects. That helps a little bit. I think it will actually be easier to just paint more rock than it will be to completely redo the cast shadow and the ambient occlusion. Maybe his face is too cramped. Well, it could be, but usually when you get a really broad, general note like that from an art director, it's because there's an overall feeling that they're not able to communicate so well. If it's something specific, like a face, more often than not, you'll hear a specific. Do you know what I'm saying? So a generic, which most of those critiques from the Wheel of Art Direction are generic. If it tends to be generic, I will try to apply it to the grander thing first and then work it down. If I'm unclear, like I said last time we did this, it's going to be about trying to grill the art director to get them to better explain whatever it is that they're thinking. Like, okay, well, how would I do this? That what's the feeling? What's your sense here? That sort of thing, to kind of get them to clarify a little bit better, so you're not just working willy nilly. Let's just put these up and out of the way, I think. Oops. Maybe he's more framed in the light of the, instead of the light of the atmosphere like I had him, it can be, he's framed in the light of the prairie meadow thing there, picking up light. But we have to fill it up to paint it. Yeah, but the important thing, Ermagerd, is what flavor? That's the most important question right there. What flavor of Ben and Jerry's? Be careful. Choose wisely. Chunky Monkey, no. You have failed. You have chosen poorly. I'm a Cherry Garcia man, through and through. For all time. Okay, we can mush the sky. Gross. Oh, eat it. I love it so much. It's the best. Cherry Garcia, yeah. Really? They have vegan? That's pretty awesome. Now I just need them to do keto. Oh, fine, if you must. But I will do it for Cherry Garcia, my friend. I definitely need to make that way more expensive in future. Let's see. Gonna not merge the sky down. This is kind of light side, dark side. Okay, I think we can actually just do all of these. Just keep the sky separate. The problem isn't the price. Illuminate us. I can't be fucked with. My jimmies remain unrustled. All right. Red for green? Oh, see, now you don't get to swap a color. You get to, God damn it. Let's see. Red for green. I will change a color. One red for a green. Since there are no greens in here technically, I guess I'll swap the greens in the rock. There we go. Actually, you know what? I got an even better idea. Oops. which wheel of art direction landing changes his face? Are you just saying you want to change his face, Cypher? A gonk with secondhand implants? What? I got these fresh. You hurt me so. So cruel. So unkind. You want him to be more handsome? Whoops, come on now. There we go. Cake. All right. Red for green and done. Add more handsome to your wheel of art direction. That's a pretty good one. More noses. If you're going to do wheel of art direction, it ought to be now before markup on price happens. Yeah. You get Conan vibes from the body. If you're going to delve into fantasy, you can't be putting potato sack over his face. Really? But he's a snaky boy. He needs a snaky face. You bastards ruined my dreams. All right. Now let me get back to this background. And then we will address noses and handsomeness in snake peoples. And ugly shaming, because that's so not cool, man. It's super not cool. Disappointed. I'm really disappointed, game. It hurts me. And this one. I think by making this smaller and giving it a little bit more of a implied distance, we'll be able to change the values of it a little as well. Maybe add some atmosphere. Damn right, ugly people have feelings too. Jeez. You weren't going to offer your unsolicited opinion about but the head thing really isn't vibing with the overall look. Do you mean its head or his little head scarf thing? Well, maybe he's on a planet where everybody looks like him. Did you ever think of that? Didn't you see that episode of The Twilight Zone? Jeez. Jeez, guys. Jeez. Just cruelty in here. Let's merge this down for now. The new layer. That's definitely not going to work for that. Warm it up just a touch. Touch more. Yeah. You think his confidence comes from the giant fucking axe? Possibly overcompensating. I gotta admit, having a little color contrast on those hills and some cooler tones complement the blue purple in your guy. I've got to admit nothing. Nothing. Mm-mm. I will not give you your victory. You will not have it this day. That's the good stuff. Give me that suffering. Ooh, uh-oh. Let's put you back here, too. Yeah. 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 Oops. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so we've toned the area. Now I have to actually texture it so that it matches the other rendering. Get rid of any really hard lines. So much of kind of grassy fields, skies, and basically any field, and I mean that in the descriptive sense rather than the noun sense. Any field of color, if you just control the edges nicely and then populate it with a little bit of detail, you can get it to look correct in a painting. So much landscape painting is really about that, just kind of figuring out how to simplify a field down. It's also why I think that in essence is why you end up with a lot of people struggling to get paintings looking correct, of an environmental scene, because they've depended so much on a texture brush without understanding that the texture brush is just meant to accent a field. Even if you're doing a texture brush for tree bits, right? It's not about doing the entire tree in those bits. This comes back to the material rendering more than anything. Learning where to put your detail and texture. Turn that down just a touch. Jesus. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Dimesh. Welcome. What hack is the head blow in Ep1? I don't think I have that one yet. Oh no, I do have Synapse Burnout, but mine doesn't kill them completely. I guess I need to up the damage. I've been holding on to perk points for a while though. Oops. Get rid of all that. With a dot hack? What's the dot hack? And hit him with burnout because the damage scales based on missing health. Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. The the one I've been enjoying is Contagion with the calling an ally, and then I'll just get them all in a big group and then hit them with Contagion. Contagion and a grenade is always an amusing way to pass the evening. Yeah, I'm very much leaning into the Netrunner version of a game. It's so funny. I've never done it before in any of those games. It is very satisfying. You just started Cyberpunk yesterday? Nice. What do you think so far? Oh, I just got the leg hacks, the double jump. I had avoided it for so long, and I immediately regretted that I had avoided it because it changes the game pretty significantly. Hmm. Okay, it's you. You are the offender. You held off for a long time in the first game. Yeah, they're really fun, and it's pretty satisfying how it works. I use them a lot for like jumping from the higher buildings and then falling all the way and then double jumping right before hitting the ground, and it mitigates all of the gravity so you don't die. It's awesome. What a fun game. Yeah, you got to time it right. Otherwise, it's Splattertown. Split splat. Dead. Should go on top. Actually, I can paint on you. You'll get it. Do I really need more? I always like having trails, but you can't overdo it. Yeah, I don't think we need it. Just wanted to get that blue in there, really, to be honest. Chow. I don't know what I was doing with this little patch here. I think it was going to be rocks. Okay, certainly feels less cramped. You can say that. What else can we do? Let's add another hit of atmosphere, because that's another way that something can feel cramped. It can feel cramped in terms of depth. So here's a way to deal with that. We just throw in an atmosphere layer. We did one a little bit already with the more distant sky. Set it to screen. Pick a nice warm dark color. And by lighting up this atmosphere between him and the background, it's going to bring him a little bit closer to us and push the background a little further away. It's that push and pull. We can mess with the opacity just to get it just right. Cool. All right. No longer derailed. We continue. Your unofficial MO in any game is how high can you climb? That's a good one. I almost always poke all the way to the boundaries. I try to, with any open world, I want to see how far I can go. And it is interesting when you go to the edge of the boundaries in Cyberpunk. Basically, it does like a little synapse reboot, and you're pointed back towards the city, and it says you have no business this far outside of the city yet. And I'm like, oh yeah, promises, promises. But I would totally buy that game too. I'm in 100%. Is this a commission or personal piece? This is just some rando crap I started painting a couple of days ago, a few sessions ago, rather. You know how I normally do. It's just weird nonsense that makes me giggle. We started just with some goofy shapes. You can watch those videos. I think they're still VOD on Twitch. They haven't been archived to YouTube yet. So you can catch up on them. Avid, hi! Christmases were good. How was yours? Did you get in some nice quiet time? Dying by falling is kind of your thing in RPG. It's nice. I remember one of the first times I was really playing around with breaking systems was the Elder Scrolls game Morrowind, and I had built like an enchanted ring and an enchanted something else, which like combined the jump ability and then the feather float ability, so I would jump all the way to the edge of to the top of the skybox and then come down and float and go all the way to the other. So in a single jump, I could cross the entire countryside. It was awesome. See, you just got to get the float ring. Come on. Then you don't die. Lots of wine. The sky in this painting or in Cyberpunk? Yeah, there's nothing out there yet. For random piece, you went way out of your patterns, complex environment, and no purple. Well, there's a little bit of purple. But yeah, no, it's a rando. And I try to do stuff differently. I think where I was going with this one was I made all these shapes, and all the shapes looked like stuff I'd already painted here on the stream. But that said, I posted the succubus character that I painted last on Instagram, and it's got like some of the best response I've had so far. So I might just paint more of that stuff. We'll see. Because right now we're still, I mean, here on Twitch we're still rolling in the single digits after the computer apocalypse. I haven't been able to rebuild the viewership, so got to do something. Okay, so now that almost all of him is in the shadowy part, we can really lean more on the skylight instead of the sky fill light, rather. Instead of painting it, I want to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to do a levels. Let's see what we can get away with here. Just bring up our lights just a touch. It's important to move the midtones because all I want is a greater contrast just on the light side. I don't want to lose the shadows that I've already got. Twitter, man, that's how streamers promo. I post on Twitter as well. No difference. It's the same. Oh, this one, yeah, that won't work on the snake body because the snake body has really bright brights from the sun. So let's, well, let's keep it, just knock it down. If you're trying to raise the values of a midtone, you can't use levels for that. You got to use curves. Curves changes up relative levels. Not relative. It can change up singular levels, whereas levels is relative. So curves for singular, levels for relative. Yeah, boobies are where it's at. All right. Let's see. How about maybe too much expanse now? We'll see. Can do a monk's cowl instead. That's pretty Conan. Oop, that's not the brush. I have yet to post anything that's gotten even close to 5,000 likes, to be honest. Just don't happen. You know what this Snaky Boy really needs? Is a fucking mohawk. Aw, yeah. There it is. Now he's hot. So it's a mohawk and choker. It's a win-win every time. I don't even know. Gonna get those luscious snake lips in there. Aw, yeah. Snake lips. Try doing the opposite if you're struggling with having not enough defined edges. Start with a hard brush and then soften it with a smudge tool and try to work backwards and see if that helps. You would smash the Monster Boy? Good, good. It's a very shiny little flicky tail. Ah, shit. That's awesome. I almost streamed some Cyberpunk this week. I thought it would be funny, but I don't know. Since I don't do any gaming streaming traditionally, I don't know if that would be a good idea. It reminds you of Dishonored. Yeah, basically that game type. What is that? The 451 style games. I love every single one. I've really enjoyed. Cipher, if you're paying attention right now, see here how I'm using a really hard edge brush, and then I'm using the smudge tool to get the edges that I want. This is what I mean. You can work backwards from doing really super soft brushes. It's not to say you can't build a hard edge from a soft brush. It just I found it tends to be a little bit easier if you're if it's not kind of clarifying the way you want it to start here. Nope, 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 nope. I have a feeling that this painting will end up on some Monster Girls site now, thanks to you, Cypher. Tried using hard brushes and still seem too soft. I think probably need to go even harder. Yeah, like actually a full, like almost pixel sharp brush. Start there and work backwards and see if you can get it to work for you. I want to add the texturing that I've got in the snake body, but if I add too much, it will take away from that smooth, sexy look. So I gotta find like kind of a happy medium. That is the challenge, my friends. And using if you're used to really soft output from your brushes, it's going to be very jarring switching to a really hard brush. And you're going to have, and the key is to face the jarring feeling. It's going to be very uncomfortable. Just keep with it. What's a good idea to try is anytime you're looking to adopt a new tool, do an entire painting just with that tool. For me to get to where I felt comfortable with hard brushes, I've mentioned it before. I used to paint on the Nintendo DS way back in the day. I'd hacked mine so that it was I could install other apps, and there was this really simple paint program, and all it had was hard edge brushes that had opacity, and that was it. And I just painted. I used to keep my DS in the bathroom, and I would paint during the number 2 times. And I would work with a brush that was very similar to this. It had a little bit of pressure sensitivity, but it was mostly opacity based. And yeah, just over many months of making really stupid little sketchy paintings and things like that, I learned to kind of manage the hard brush a little bit better. But it took that first time. And here we'll go back to something in between. I'm trying to decide if I want to let the head shape kind of follow that of a normal snake's, where it's got kind of that arrowhead where it'll thicken out on the backside a little bit. Might be too, I don't know, too alien looking. top 10 weaknesses. You have quite a few, but trying to do a bit more time on background and just painting overall. Yeah. Oh yeah, waiting to do your favorite parts. Yeah, it's just a way to convince yourself to complete your paintings, and you're gonna get honestly when you're learning, mileage is everything. So just finish painting after painting after painting. Just aim to finish. Don't aim for perfect. Finish your paintings and do as many as you can. You will get better, guaranteed. I kind of want to draw the jaw all the way back, but that is so ridiculous. Hmm. What's wrong now? You don't you don't like the short mohawk? There. Now it's long again. Maybe. I don't know what constitutes trolling here. Like he's a literal troll doll? Hey Wonder, welcome. Got kind of a Death Note little thing going on. What's this? This is some Snek Boi thing I've been painting. I don't know. We just paint weird stuff in here. Yeah, I think a little bit more broadhead will suffice. Who knows? All right. Oops. This eraser is not cutting it. Shit. I know. I didn't paint any of that part because it's all covered. Well, damn. I have to do all sorts of painting here. Before and after what? Before and after. Oh. I mean, turn the layer off? Happy to help. On my desk, just lurking because you got a fever? Aw, that's harsh. I'm sorry. Hopefully you feel better soon. Um, yeah, no problem. Things have been pretty quiet ever since the crash in regard to uh, Twitch chat. It's all good. Okay, so this is what, 25%. A little bit darker down here, interesting. Amazing how that can happen. Hmm. It's not really visible to my eyes. Pronto shot. Welcome. How are you doing? Did you have a good Christmas holiday? Good stuffs. Okay, let's get back to painting the... Well, no, wait. All right, I keep jumping all over the place and losing my train of thought. I wanted to finish out these hands real quick. He has to have somebody else put on his lip gloss because his claws won't let him put it on. You just got your negative results back yesterday. Congrats, Cypher. Is there somewhere one can see previous artwork? Yeah, you'll see them pop up on, I think, that side of the screen. You can get all of my social media info. Also, links down below in the About section, and you can see artwork on my ArtStation. Just look up Izzy Medrano. It's the scariest of mermaids. It's a death metal mermaid. Oh. I definitely missed some of the sharper features that I had before. I'll have to figure something out for that because it's just too... It feels too soft. And it's losing that snake quality. Okay, we can leave the hands for a little bit. Let's go back to... I gotta refine this face just a bit more. Just make it a little sharper. Let's do this guy. Did you know that snakes need eyeshadow? Well, they do. Yeah, so I'm just going in and making like more plainer cuts into the face. I'm trying to keep the rhythms that are making him pretty, but just sharpening everything up. Sort of like what's his character's name from Mass Effect? Gareth? I can't remember. Your dad doesn't treat it seriously enough? Oh no, that's so rough. He wears the mask. That's something. Yeah, no, don't worry. Just hang out and relax, Amadusk. No, we'll entertain you with our nonsense and sexy snakes. Love how in Cyberpunk half the time you meet an NPC for a gig and they're like, "You drive my car." Person who I just met. Yeah, I like how every fixer you meet is like the moment you meet them, they just start inundating you with trying to like sell used cars. It's so annoying. Like, God damn it, back off. Yeah, it's like they have like a little buzzer on their pagers that say, "Hey, V's in town. Message uncomfortably immediately. Sound as thirsty as possible." Yeah, that's a little better, a little sharper, and still cute. Oh, Garrus, that's it. Yeah, glad you like it, Pronto. Protagonist alert. Begin the harassment campaign to buy shitty cars. I think this is possibly one of the most uncomfortably attractive characters I've ever painted. I shouldn't be. Oh my god. No ears on the Snek Boi. He has ears. Like most reptiles, they have ears, but it's just called an auditory meatus, and it's usually this kind of whorl of scales that you'll see with a little tiny little hole in it. He's got him some serious poochy lips. Oh yeah. This is totally ending up on the fetish boards. Can't wait to see it. forget about his bifurcated tongue. Why not? I serve up cheesecake of all varieties. I don't judge. Okay, and the other thing, now that I've established his collar, we gotta really knock down the light, because this does not work. Yeah, that's much better. Because why not? The jaw that unhinges. Oh, yeah. What that mouth do? It do all the tangs. I've decided this is one of those ancient, like Grecian or Roman style temple brothels. So he's a brothel snake. Brothel copter. Straight to prison. Do not pass go. Maybe we can do that rhythm on his head. God, my eyes are so watery today. Ugh. A jiggle-lizard? You guys are funny. Yeah, maybe this is like scale color patterning. It kind of reminds me, there was another alien in Mass Effect, another alien species that were really reptilian looking. And you had one of the characters on your team. He was like an assassin or something. God, it's been so long since I played those games. And he had these kind of vertical head stripes like this. It made me think of it. Let's darken it up and... Whoa! Nobody vomit. That was weird. Yeah. Yeah, that's the stuff right there, baby. Oh, yeah, Snek Boi. He needs definitely, let's see, kind of a good... Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a keeper. The drill, thank you, that's it. Yeah, he's kind of got a drill look a little bit. I remember the drill was definitely snake-based or lizard-based design for the face. I don't remember if it had a hinging jaw, like a Goomba. Naked snake. Not naked snake. Naked snake. Not naked snake. He's a dirty boy. I was just reminded, if you've seen The Shape of Water, the scene where the deaf girl, who's the lead, describes the creature's giblets in sign language. Oh my god, so funny. That's a movie I haven't seen in a while. I should put that on my list. I'm gonna watch that again. That was a great goddamn movie. Nope, I don't like what I did there. That one can stay. I think I'm going to get rid of the caduceus. We don't really need it. We're getting detail elsewhere now. So we'll just simplify this. Still needs details. I don't want to do the wrapping snakes thing. Laziness, it always wins. Something like that. Just loads of phallic symbolism. Cause he's a giant snake boy. Isn't that what you asked for? You wanted a pretty boy. We got pretty boy now. It's amazing how many times, remarkable really, I have been responsible for designing or painting somebody's bunk thoughts. Aphrodite was a big one for God of War. Everybody was giving me their notes in the studio for what they thought was hot. It was illuminating. Yeah, maybe we'll just have to change this from sketching with Izzy to just like the sexy monster hour. That will bring the viewership. Get the underpinnings of the design for the armor there, and then we can build out. Yeah, it should be. Actually, let's get rid of these little prongs. Let's do instead. Noted. Can do maybe like an overlap rhythm like that. Drop this one down like that. Yeah. A little bit of an Art Deco thing, maybe. Yeah, let's go full. Yeah. Oh, God fucking Christ. Hate it when that thing comes out. It always makes me think that the system's crashing. Gives me a little mini heart attack every fucking time. What the hell? We're missing an important element here. Art question. How do you make an interesting character with futuristic black armor and a black trench coat over it? Focus on the different material rendering. Yeah, it's going to be materials. If everything's meant to be black, look at how you might render, carbon fiber versus leather versus PVC. Mix up your matte, your reflective. Another way you can do it is that there's no such thing as true black, that black is always the darkest version of some other purer color. So really, you have a red black or a blue black or a green black. It's basically the darkest, most richest version of a pure color. So you can also essentially tint your blacks. For example, this one has kind of a purplish tone to it, but I mean, if you really look at any black, you can tell that the black at least you can tell that it'll lean warm or cool, and sometimes that's relative just to the other blacks around it. So you can do the same thing with your painting. Is just hint at slight shifts in temperature. This is our darkest dark. We're going to go just a couple of shades darker to try and start carving things out. I don't want to go ultra saturated. And all we're going to use this for right now is just accent values. Like this can be cloth, and then these will be plates. You're thinking of adding weird light sources like red lasers? Yeah, but see that the problem with adding really brilliant colors for light sources is that those light sources have to affect everything that's in the scene. So it's still going to unify the blacks. Which isn't a bad thing, just saying. That isn't going to be the solution to the specific problem you were talking about. You loved it. Okay, so we need now a golden cool, because that's too cool. getting dangerously close to my light source, or my sky fill color. Maybe we just need to use that. Just warm it just a touch. Donnie, thank you so much for that follow. Appreciate that. Okay. I rotated that gradient set because I wanted to make sure I had the visual information of the gradient striping, but I also wanted to just have a nice open spot to add the fill. This is too squarey, but we can fix that here. We can even paint. Just to round it out a little bit more. Happy holidays, right back at you. Hope you had a good time. Oh no, I lost the color. Oops. Wouldn't the tail be, the tip of the tail be a powerful melee weapon for such a character? Could be. No, I don't want to do that. Let's keep it a flat band instead of a curved one. Good enough for now. Okay, I gotta do kind of a similar thing up here. This song is terrible. This must end immediately. Yeesh. Mm-mm. Yeah, Damage. I think she. Okay, good. You got it. There was some double entendre there, my friend. Come on. Fucking Photoshop, I swear to God. Hey, hey! Merry Christmas, Ozone. How's it going, bud? Long time. Glad you're liking my sexy Snek Boi. Did you go home to visit the fam? Thanks for the sub, man. Did you stick around in LA, pandemic style? Didn't get to go home? Didn't want to risk getting the mom or fam infected? Yeah, totally. I hear you. That was wise. Bet they all missed you tons, though. Not too bad with Zoom. Oh, you sent gifts and everything? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's halfway there. That's great. Love it. We'll send a big love to everybody for me. Yeah, I guess we are kind of living in an episode of Black Mirror right now, huh? I concur, Demage. Oh, the foreground rocks? Cheers, man. Thanks. Sweet Photoshop brushes. You got to love them. I'm so close, but so I made a couple of major mistakes on this one. I know I've talked with you guys before about making sure to save the favorite stuff that you like to do for the end, and for me, it's always like the texturing, the shinies, faces, that sort of thing. And I didn't finish out the hands, I didn't finish out the armor, I didn't finish out the weapon, and I'm like, I don't want to do any more on it. But I really don't want to put another episode into this, so I'm trying to get it done. Where are we at? This is almost 3 hours. Yeah, I'm not feeling Snek Boi no more. Got to get it done. I know that if I walk away from this right now, I won't pick it back up. So I might do some shortcut stuff just to speed this up a touch. Darker. Oh, that's for underneath. Okay. Nanma Kusiba. You've seen the channel before? Awesome. Oh, nice. Cheers. I love it. That's some good bot action right there. Art is the best game. Oops. Actually, that is something I am thinking about doing. The bot reminded me. I'm going to be, hopefully, early this coming year, I'm going to hire a motion graphics artist to do my transitions and like help me make this make the channel look just a little bit more professional. Transitions, a better intro, things like that. Just not use the pre-packaged ones that Twitch uses. It's going to be an investment, but look forward to it. I think it's good to just change it up every now and then too, though. Let's change up the hue a bit. It's like those little candy necklaces. Raver candies. Ah, yeah. Pronto Shot, thank you for that follow if I missed it. Sorry about that. Let's get some on this side. Maybe too much variance. Let's see. Yeah, better knock it back a little bit. Okay, let's do the hair and then this last bracer, and I think we'll have to call it on this bad boy. Even though I didn't finish the hands real nice, it's just noodling. I always start the hair real brushy and soft, like really, really soft. And then I try to carve it up and shape it with shadows. So this is kind of that inverse thing where we start soft and then add harder edges. What? I have no idea what he is. None. What a weird Goomba creature. You've almost got enough for the Wheel of Art Direction. I definitely got to raise the price on that thing. We've had 2 on this one already. It is a good laugh, though. Let's up the color. Just want a little bit of transluminosity up here at the front. It's all right. It's all right. Okay. You like the wheel? It's pretty funny. Yeah, make it more rock and roll. Oh my God. Do you remember that? We used to talk about that all the time. It's too cartoony. Yeah. I think, let's see. I think the darks that I've added on him are too dark. Let's go to black and white. Yeah, it's much too dark for the area. So I have 2 options. I can lighten up the darks that I've added, which are much too dark now for the overall key. Or I can ease up a little bit on my background atmosphere. And what that'll do is it smooths that spectrum a little bit so it's not so tight in one area. I think just this one can go. And then what we can do is we can hint at little bits of accent values now that we're pretty much at the accent value stage. Once I finish that bracer, we'll just take it to finish with accent values. Definitely needs, I need the hottest or brightest brights and darkest darks in there pretty soon here. Yeah, I imagine you've got some great art direction stories, Ozone. Let's merge all of these. Naked Snaky. Not Naked Snaky. Right. Real quick. Quick and dirty. How would like it, huh? It's getting warmer. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I really thought that would be much warmer. Wheel of Erm direction says more penises. Well, there's lots of symbolism in it. It is not lacking. Give it the old Neville Page. Give it the phallic and sapphic all over the place. I think that's pretty true to form for me. Sometimes you just need a hint of the peen. Just a hint, just the tip. Ooh, spicy. Sabri Pieros, thank you so much for that follow. Slamming into a DM unsolicited, yeah. Ah. This is the best, dirtiest chat without being super dirty. I'm consistently impressed. Come on now. Increase dirtiness by 15%. I'll have to add that maybe. 15% more penis. Y'all are dirty. You just bumped on the channel randomly? Awesome. Oh, thank you so much. We're gonna have to make a new like the kinky wheel of art direction. I have to make a new page for that. Okay then. Good enough. All right, let's finish the hands. And by finish, I mean slightly adjust color of, or rather shading. Okay. Cool, good enough. Great. Okay. He can't. I mean, it's not really going to be a concern. You're right on that. I did find it amusing that he can't apply his own lip gloss, though. Okay. All right. All right. Let's get our bearings here. Okay, so that value shift for the background did help quite a bit. Let's see if we can do, since he's on this layer. This is one of my favorite features that they added at this point. It's CS6, but they added that you could clip to folders or groups. Oh my God, what a difference that made. He has a bidet. I think he could just kind of like swim through the toilet and just, you know, clean himself that way. I envy the snake people for that because my shit falls asleep. Trying to vary up colors a little bit. Doesn't feel too uniform. Okay, accent values. Let's get in there. Let's put that on top of everything. Nice. How light is that? That is not very light at all. Let's do this with another liner. No. Hmm? Hmm? Not bad, not bad. What you got? Ooh. Oh, it's a messy one. How about you? Yeah. I'm on CS6. Nope, I'm on 6 right now. I won't do the upgrade. I don't know why. It's just sheer obstinance at this point. The reason I didn't before was being out on the boat. I knew that I wouldn't be able to check in regularly online to their servers, so I didn't want any interruptions in my ability to work. And, just being out on the boat got super curmudgeonly. It has the early 3D options, but I never use them, so it never really made sense for me. The few times I've gone 3D, I use Blender. Okay, now that I've got that down, let's accent value just a little bit. I finished the donut series. It was actually really informative. I learned a ton from it. I used it on a couple of really environment intensive magic cards right after. That was last year, about when I moved back to Oregon. Um, it was great. I loved Blender, but it really does. It's still the same problem maintains. It slows me down so much to build that stuff. This is way outside of the value key that's there, but I have a nice eraser that will make this a little easier for me. So I'm not going to be breaking the key too much. Just a little bit of shadow kind of helps refine those shapes just a touch. We can do other things for accent values. It's not just about lights and darks. We can do like, okay, here's an area where it just feels a little too blocky from the brush stroke. We can go in and just kind of do little fun little pops. Ay, ay, ay. I hate that building, but fuck it. I'm not gonna mess with it. Grab an in-between value. And I think that's probably good enough. There's a lot more that can be done, but I am tired of the piece. So we'll call it finished. We'll start something new next session. It was pretty fun doing some big changes. Hopefully y'all enjoyed yourselves, learned a little something, all that good stuff. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you on Monday at 3 p.m., Wednesdays at 3 p.m., and then Saturdays. Yeah, thanks for joining, y'all. It was super fun. Glad to have you on. We'll see you on Monday. Until then, paint smart, paint sexy. I'm Izzy, a professional writer, concept artist, and illustrator. I've taught painting for a dozen years or so, on and offline. Many of your favorite illustrators and designers have studied with me or under me and have gone on to teach in their own right. You're here because, like they did, you want to learn to paint realistically for illustration or concept art. Well, worry not. You're in the right place. Grab a seat. I want you to join me as I explain all the aspects of image making in extremely digestible and clear monthly lessons. Not through the lens of silly how to paint hair or eye demos. That shit is carnival tricks. And you're not really learning anything except an exact way to render one thing in one manner. This is painting mysticism at its worst. Watching these kinds of exploitative lessons won't help you level up with your understanding. Sure, now you can paint sparkly hair, but what if you want to paint a dragon, or figure out how to render a sea of fire, or depict a one-eyed transgender space marine dying in the vacuum of space? Painting and image making are tools of communication, and can be learned by anyone willing to put in some time. Like grammar is for language, light, color, and form literally follow a formula. Painting well is not a matter of chicken bones, zombie crackers, and the ever-dismissive concept of talent. Learning with my series, Izzy's Logic of Light and Color, will give you the tools and understanding so you can analyze light and form in reality and bring it to life in your work. Using this simple system I have distilled will help you harness your art to share your ideas as you've always intended. When we are children, we all draw in symbols. Symbols for our house, our hands, the sun, the grass, our pet lobster. As we grow into artists, we must learn to throw away symbols and begin to draw and paint what it is we actually see. And as we grow further, we learn to paint beyond what we see and what is actually there. Until finally we move beyond this and learn to trim away what is actually there so we voice only what we want. With me, you're going to have to buckle in and maybe take some pain meds, because I'm going to rip out your normal person's eyes and replace them with a painter's eyes. I'm going to restructure how you see and how you understand what you're seeing. I'm going to turn you into a painting machine. Truly, anyone can learn to paint realistically if they can both determine what they're seeing or imagining with basic and straightforward rules. Once you understand the mechanics of light, color, and form in reality, you will have the capacity to paint anything you can see or imagine realistically. After that, the real fun begins. Here are some of the ways you can join me and master the logic of light and color. The very first lesson of my series is totally free on my YouTube channel. In that lesson, I give you the 3 primary rules of light that are the very foundation of painting and understanding light itself. If you do nothing else to make your painting mastery easier, at least watch this amazing little lesson. It will do more for your basic understanding of light than just about any tutorial you can find. When you're ready to get deeper and you feel like you have those first rules figured out, allow me to utterly blow your mind with the next episodes available on Gumroad and ArtStation. As we go deeper into the rules underlying the logic of light and color, I carefully and simply explain important and interesting elements. From beginner to pro, there is an amazing amount of information available. Each concept has been distilled into the clearest explanation you're likely to find anywhere. Like episode 2, where we cover the atmospheric effect and how that relates to light, scale, and distance of objects in reality, and how to render it. Or episode 3, where I hand over the ultimate key to controlling value in your paintings. Episodes 5 through 8 are all about rendering materials. Want to understand the logic behind rendering metal, leather, hair, transparency, damn near anything. I even cover the logic behind painting special effects like fire, neon, or lightsabers in later episodes. The lessons just get deeper and more detailed as I build on the foundations covered in preceding episodes. The 10th gives you the most important rule of composition you'll ever learn to keep your images interesting. The next few episodes cover important painting techniques like my edge control ninjutsu or simplification with the large to small system. We dip a toe in color theory, devote a few episodes to finishing full-blown illustrations utilizing the techniques we've learned so far. Some episodes, like the lighting game or advanced exercises 1, the shirt,